This short video will help you learn the default settings for your Cintiq 13HD, as well as how to make changes to them. You'll also learn how to configure the Cintiq to be even more effective by using application-specific settings. Changing settings for the express keys, the rocker ring, and the pen switch can turn this already powerful tool into a natural interface for whatever it is you do. Although this may not cover the applications you use, learning how to make these adjustments will open up possibilities that you may not have realized were available to you. Be sure to watch the video on setting up the Cintiq 13. It has many insights that will improve your out-of-the-box experience and make the initial use of your Cintiq much easier. It also covers connection questions and how to best arrange your displays. By applying a little software knowledge to the configuration of the Cintiq, you can have up to 11 of your most commonly used keyboard shortcuts right at your fingertips, between the 4 express keys, rocker ring, home button, and pen switches. If you frequently use more than 11 shortcuts, be sure to learn more about setting up a radial menu in the video titled Features of the Cintiq 13HD, where we cover the use of adjustments of display toggle, precision mode, as well as the creation of radial menus. The switches on the side of the Cintiq Pro Pen can be set up to use features of your applications that would otherwise require your non-pen hand to be on the keyboard. I assign keys that interact with my cursor to these switches for even more power at my fingertips. Let's get comfortable, remove the technical hurdles, and focus on our imagination. To see how the buttons are set up by default, you can press the topmost express key. Here you'll see a heads-up display of the Cintiq's features. From here you can also select any of the functions to change them to better suit your needs. First, let's explore how to change express key settings that will affect how the buttons work across your entire operating system. Then, how to customize features of the tablet specifically for your core applications. The easiest way to get to the tablet properties is to bring up the Show Settings, once again by hitting the topmost express key, then just tapping on the express key area, or to whichever area you want to make changes. On a Mac, you can also find the Wacom tablet properties in System Preferences. And on a PC, you'll find the tablet properties in both All Programs and in the control panels. These tabs and pull-down menus allow you to customize the Cintiq. At the top is the tablet list. This will show you any Intuos or Cintiq tablets currently connected to your computer. For most people, this will just be the Cintiq 13. But if you have any other tablets attached, you'll need to specify the Cintiq 13HD in this case before moving on to the tool list. Next is the Tools list. Here you can modify individual tools. Functions lets you change express keys, the rocker ring, display toggle, and the radial menu. Select the Pro Pen to modify the settings of the pen switches. This will also include any additional accessory pens you might buy for your Cintiq, like the Art Pen or the Airbrush. Lastly is the Applications list. Initially it will say All, meaning that any adjustments made will apply to all applications. This is also where you would add an application if you wanted to configure it differently. For example, express keys can perform specific functions in Illustrator, but still do their default tasks everywhere else. An example of a change you might make for all applications would be to add copy and paste to express keys above and below the rocker ring. To set up an express key, choose Functions in the Tools list, choose the Express Keys tab, and then choose the express key to be modified and make the appropriate choice from the pull-down menus. In this case, select the button right above the ring and select Keystroke. If anything's already in the Keys field, hit the Clear button, then use the keyboard to define the keys exactly as if you were using them in the application. Command-C on a Mac or Control-C on a PC. But do not hit the Tab or Return keys when you're done, as it will record these keys as well. Tap your pen in the Name field and then type the word Copy and tap OK. Do the same for the button below the rocker ring, only this time use Command or Control-V for Paste. Now you'll have copy and paste available from these express keys in all applications. To make changes for a specific application, it's easiest to first open the program you want to customize. Make sure that the tool you want to customize is selected, in this case highlight Functions. Then, to the right of the Applications list, tap on the plus sign to add a program to be personalized by selecting it from the list of running software. I will add Adobe Illustrator in this case. Note, if the app is not running, you can also navigate to the program by tapping Browse. Click OK once you've selected it. If you select the Pro Pen, you'll notice it still says All in the Applications list, but with Functions selected, the Applications list now has 2 entries, All Other and Illustrator. Now, with Illustrator selected, the functions of the Cintiq can be optimized for its shortcuts and tools. When I'm working on a design, I frequently go back and forth between a tight zoom and out to other components of my work. I'll change the express key immediately above the rocker ring from the copy we just set up for everything else to zoom in Illustrator, Command on a Mac or Control on a PC plus the spacebar, which will zoom to a selection without changing my current tool. I will change the one immediately below from the previously configured paste to zoom back out, Command Option Space on a Mac or Control Alt Space on Windows. To do this, select Keystroke from the drop-down menu next to the second button. Remembering that if there's anything in the keys field already, hit Clear. Then hold down Command or Control and press the spacebar. Then do the same for the button below, selecting Keystroke. This time hold down Command Option Space or Control Alt Space. That's it. Test it. In Illustrator, confirm the button above the rocker ring zooms to your selection and that the button below zooms back out. Although the default for the north position of the ring is already set to undo, I frequently like to use Redo to toggle back and forth to see before and after any modifications. So let's look at how to set up this for the south position of the rocker ring. On the rocker ring tab, select the drop-down for the rocker's south position and choose Keystroke again. Define it by clicking the Keys field, then hold down Command or Control and Shift while hitting the letter Z. Then tap the Name field and type Redo. Now when I press those positions on the rocker ring, I can quickly undo and redo any modifications. One of the most useful settings in Adobe Illustrator for me is the spacebar to quickly navigate my image when I'm zoomed in. I like this one in my pen. To configure the pen switch, select the pen in the Tools list. Then, like before, tap the plus to the right of the Applications list to add Illustrator again for the pen. Make sure Illustrator is selected. Then from the drop-down for the lower side switch, choose Keystroke again. This time, tap just the space bar on your keyboard to define the stroke and name it Hand. And the lower switch lets me quickly navigate around my work. If you ever want to start over or reset any settings, you can select Default from any of the drop-downs to reset just that function. Or if you want to reset a whole tab, just hit the Default button in the lower right of any tab to restore it to its default settings. The Default button will only reset the tab you're on. If you've already built your own settings and you want to save them, you can back them up and restore them at a later time. For more information on this, see our video called Backing Up and Restoring Your Tablet Preferences. Setting up your express keys, the rocker ring, and pen switches should only take a few minutes, but once you've configured it, it can save you a lot of time over a single work week. For more support information, be sure to check out our other help videos at youtube.com/Wacom. Or, if you have questions, please visit the customer care section of Wacom.com.